Hi guys, it's Kendra from Crafty Kendra. Earlier I showed you how to put together your August paper pumpkin cards, and I just came up with a bonus card idea using the inks and the stamps from your August paper pumpkin. So let's go ahead and get started. I have my bicycle stamp, and I stamped it in baked brown sugar on Whisper White cardstock. I'm gonna try it one more time. There you go. Whenever you push on this bicycle, to make sure that you get the, I'll show you, to make sure that you get the spokes, whenever you press on the stamp, you really want to make sure that you press over the tires and give it a firm press. Now you don't want to press so far that you get the little halo effect from the ink around your stamp. But if you like the look of your tires in motion, then just stamp lightly like you regularly would. Now what we're going to do is I have one of the frames from our Chalk Talk stamp set. Now I'm going to center my bike so it's down in the lower right hand corner. I'm going to bring in a Post-it, which is a staple in my craft area. Just going to use the Post-it to hold it in place, and I will run that through the Big Shot. Next thing we're going to do is bring in our card base. Our card base is a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of chocolate chip scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half. Next I'm going to bring in a piece of Old Olive. This piece measures 5.5 inches by 1/2 inch. I'm going to use my snail. I'm going to attach it to the card base about 1 inch from the bottom, and I just use my grid lines on my grid paper to help me. Just a tiny bit of hangover. Trim that off. Here I have a piece of Designer Series paper from the Season of Style DSP stack. So this is a stack. It's not like a regular pack of paper. Instead, it is a 6.5 by 4.5 stack of double-sided designs. There are only 48 sheets, and there are only 4 designs. That's a lot of paper, guys. One of these packs could make a lot of cards, and these layers aren't just good for cards. They are also great for scrapbooks as accents. So definitely keep those in mind. We have a couple good ones right now. With this piece of Designer Series paper, I'm going to go ahead and sponge the edges using a sponge dauber and my baked brown sugar ink pad. Now if you don't have a sponge dauber on hand, a cotton round would work all right. Just fold it in half and then fold it in half again, and you'll have a nice little thing to use. I do suggest using a sponge or a sponge dauber because it isn't going to leave little pieces of fiber in your ink pad. Alright, now that we got this all sponged up, we're going to attach some dimensionals to the back. Here I have my dimensionals. Just going to go ahead and put one in each corner and one in the center. What I forgot to point out is that 3 of my corners are rounded. Corner chomper by Crocodile, the 1/2 inch rounded side. I just like that it's a larger rounded corner. I think it makes it look a little bit softer. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take and attach this piece to our card base with the corner that actually has a point in the lower left hand side. And we're just going to overlap our little piece of old olive slightly. Alright, and press it down. So we have that. Set that aside. Alright, so now we'll bring in our bicycle that we have die cut. And what we're going to do is we're just going to flip it over and attach some snail to it. And that is not the prettiest job I've ever done snailing. And we'll just, we'll just attach it right here on our card. Next what we'll do is we will bring in 3 little hearts. And these hearts were made using the Owl Builder Punch. What we're going to do is we're just going to lay them on our work surface and attach a little snail to the back. If you have a 2-way glue pen, I suggest using that. But for speed and convenience, I'm going to use my snail. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach the hearts like that onto the card. I'm going to bring in our inside piece, which is a 4-inch by 5 1/4 inch piece of Whisper White. It's going to sponge the edges with the baked brown sugar. Now if you wanted to, you could go ahead and stamp the bicycle again. You could stamp the bicycle off and then onto the paper in the center and then put your greeting over top of it. But I'm going to leave the inside blank because I don't know what it'll be for. This design would work great for a birthday card, an I love you card, thinking of you card. It could also be for an engagement or an anniversary. You could even change out the little hearts and make it into flowers. Could also do little leaves. But I like the hearts. Sorry. Working from this side angle, putting this inside layer piece isn't always easy. Alright, push that in. That finishes off that card. It's a cute little card. It's really not that time intensive. But what I'm going to do to help you guys out is I'm actually creating a card kit. And what this card kit will come with is you'll get the card base, you will get the old olive layering piece, the piece of designer series paper with the corners already rounded, the cutout tag, the inside white layering piece. You'll also receive the dimensionals to put the card together and a supply list so that you can recreate it. I'm going to have this card kit so that it will make 2 of these cards, and I'm also going to be making 2 more cards using these stamps. This card kit will be for sale on my website for $10. This price includes shipping. And if you are part of my online stamp club, you can get this card kit for $8 instead of $10. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed the bonus card using your August paper pumpkin kit. But that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching.